Hello, this is Christian Ordained Minister Wayne Hoy. Stepping outside today, I was just having a bite to eat. Man, it is truly a blessing to have food in my belly. I was just sitting there, thinking that's what I do a lot of times. And what I show you right here is a trash can. Which is probably something I shouldn't be filming, but I take a look around at the community. Right now I'm in a shopping plaza, and I think about when I grew up, in my community there was a lot of drugs. Actually, and I'm taking a moment now to reflect. When I moved to the projects when I was younger, I used to play with this kid from San Diego, and I remember in my mind, hey, how you doing? I remember in my mind that the guy's mother, she was on pills, and she had an overdose. And I remember seeing, the paramedics come and wheel her body out and down the steps. She was a heavyset lady, so I remember standing at the wheels as they brought out her body at the project building. It was pretty bad over there, People ransacked our house and went in, and act like they were showing sympathy, Her son just stared there, at the TV screen, like on Poltergeist. His mother was gone. And all of the black ladies, because she was Mexicana, but all of the black ladies, that was like neighbor to her, they stayed there and, they tried to talk the guy down, the one I used to, see and talk to and play with. He was traumatized, And I'm telling you to say this, that everyone needs an outlet, I used to be an alcoholic myself, believe that or not. I used to drink Tanqueray, straight out the bottle. And I had a good friend of mine, at the time, and, we were just having a good time, But I was smart enough to quit drinking, but he kept going, and I recently caught him, and he treated me like a crackhead, I know that sounds funny, but, a lot of people don't understand ministry when you get called, by the Lord. He told me he didn't have anything for me, But when I thought about it, maybe he was running and hiding from me, He told me, don't come back over here, again, So I called his brother, and that's actually the guy that I'm talking about is his brother, not that guy, but... a lot of people run and hide from their addiction. But I was real with mine, Alcohol is very addictive, It can be hereditary, from what I read. And it can be a habit, I've done all kind of things, I'm not going to lie to you, Probably everything you can think of, I probably done it, in some form or way. Just like, with the marijuana, they sprinkle a lot of stuff on that nowadays, So if you're listening, it does mention in the Bible, that everything comes from the seed is natural, but the stuff on the street may or may not be natural. So be careful if you're getting some weed out on the street. And that's real. You never know what they sprinkle on it, I just really, want people to think, I can't tell you what to do, to stop smoking weed, stop, taking you a line or a bump, I can't tell you anything, you have to tell yourself that. But I can tell you, that crack and cocaine is detrimental, devastating, not only to you, but to others. And like I said, I'm no pastor, but I am the head of my church, and I know I'm trying to do right. And maybe you should consider that, A guy once told me, that I work with, he told me, I asked him, I said, how do you get off this shit, And at the time, I was eating pills like I was crazy. like I was hungry. He told me, you just wing yourself off, So when I went home, I couldn't wait to take like 6 more, but it be like that sometime. I understand. You really just have to place faith in yourself. Like I told you, you're the one that decide whether or not you're going to pray to heaven, And I'm telling you, Christianity can heal you. You'll be surprised. At this very point in day, most of the time, I smoke Blehighs, which are like imported filtered natural cigars. So that's what I'm smoking, when you see me, acting crazy or something. If you don't believe me, I'm joking, don't search me, but I don't want you to do a legal search and lose your job, but drugs are a motherfucker, It's hard for you to put your hand around sometime, and when you see people that you care about, that you may love, when you see them going down the drain, if you really care about them, just tell them to think, and that's all you can do. And I bet you, when they go home, they think about that. Everyone needs an outlet, People use sex